What is up, everybody? Welcome back to PickleballU, episode number 19, the number one collegiate pickleball podcast in the world. 3 months going. We're the best.
I was saddened, Timber. We did not win the Dink Awards. It was a travesty, but it was also rigged because PicklePod won it and they hosted the competition. So,
Yeah, it's messed up.
I mean, it's definitely legit that we got nominated, but I don't know how legit the finals were. You know,
Do we get to know what place we ended up in?
Yeah, top 10 out of 10. Yep.
No, we didn't finish last.
Damn,
we
bro.
did not finish last, which
Well,
I don't really care.
That's
I
impressive.
I can't believe we made top 10.
here's the big question: were there any college podcasts ranked ahead of us?
No,
Not a single
exactly.
one.
not a single
Exactly.
collegiate pickleball podcast ranked ahead of us at all.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Pure,
what I'm saying.
pure utter dominance.
Bro. And how about we got people recognizing us? We got people asking about the show. We're it's becoming a real thing here. You know,
no, it's
we're
pretty
getting
sick.
tagged in a lot of stuff. This has been pretty fun college season. And now, I mean, what we get to do today is actually blows my mind too.
Oh, yeah. We're like Woj coming up.
We're about to Woj bomb college pickleball. That is incredible, Timber.
Timber, do you
I'm
want to give
excited.
Do you want to give an intro to who we have up or what?
Let it rip, Timber.
Absolutely. So we have a couple of high-ranking DUPR employees that I've known for a
Oh.
long time. We've had Jacob on before. Jacob Smith is the head of the college pickleball tour / DUPR college scene. The first person I ever met in college pickleball, and one of the first women in college pickleball that I watched when I was brand new to this, going, "Holy crap, who's that girl? She's really good." From the University of North Carolina. At one time, she had well into maybe 3 years. We'll have to ask her. She played in every Final Four in the first 3 or 4 college pickleball tours. So we want to we're bringing in Jacob and Sarah.
Let's get them in here.
Let's go, baby. Almost.
There they are.
There we go.
We got them both.
Wait, can I ask the first question here?
You can ask all of the questions.
I ask all the questions. My first question is for Sarah.
Let's go.
Right? Were you on the team
Oh, fuck off.
when Colin Schick absolutely destroyed Martin in college pickleball?
Absolutely. No, I definitely have known Martin for a while. I was like, I got the email and I was like, yo, I played that dude. I know him.
Yeah,
That
great
is
times.
incredible. So you got to watch Colin Schick just murder
Yeah,
him.
which is actually my favorite part of college pickleball is not when I'm playing, but just watching my teammates. I think it's electric, especially whenever Colin Schick is beating up on people and just making them feel sad, you know?
I'm getting
I mean,
ambushed.
we just made the show. Thank you all for coming on.
And cut.
Well, hey, listen. So we definitely have questions and things like that, but this show, really the first part is you guys have some new information, some breaking news that's going to get broadcast here for the first time in the world on PickleballU. So take it away, guys. Share the information that you got.
That's right. You guys are the first to see our new eligibility rules for college pickleball next season. This is how you know we're in the weeds deep when we're getting excited about new eligibility rules. But this is great. This is what we're building for. So I'll
Yes.
I guess I'll share my screen and we'll start talking about it.
Hold on. I hope this works.
Yeah, I don't know if this works or not. I don't know if this
breaks
is a
the whole
thing.
system.
Oh, look at this.
Oh.
Wait, we can do it.
We can do it.
Jacob just breaking stuff on here. Here
This
we go.
is some next level stuff.
Oh
from
my
Jacob.
gosh! Oh, of course, Jacob has what is this? A novel? What are you doing here?
I love it.
We're holding people to
Jacob,
standards. We
Read
gotta-
it to us. Nice.
If this was Sarah presenting, I might expect this, but oh my gosh, what in the world is happening? All right, credit hours, eligibility rules. Jacob, talk to us, bro.
I'll give you the high level summary, and David, you can have someone else
Okay.
explain it to you later. But it's the big thing is 12 credit hours is going to be the new standard. We want pickleball, the tour that we're running, to be at the varsity level. This has been a little bit of a long time coming. This season, we started out at 9 credit hours. Now we're going to 12. we asked a lot of players about it. There's been a lot of support for it, and so we feel like we're in the right spot now to make that jump.
I mean, that is definitely going to shake things up a little bit. So 12 credit hours, typically 4 classes in that semester.
Full-time,
right?
baby.
That's considered a full-time collegiate student. They don't have to be on campus, though. Those could be 12 credit hours, period, whether it's remote or on campus, right?
Yeah. There's no on-campus distinction. That's something I believe as clubs will get more and more developed, and they have better practices, and they have team captains and coaches making roster decisions. At least being able to show up to the practices in person and being a part of the team is going to become more and more important and kind of enforce the on-campusness in a way.
Sarah, Sarah, you were a grad student for much of your life, so the one about it might have been a little confusing in the wording, but 6 hours is considered full time for a grad student, right?
Yeah. So I think I would have been so we had to do this even a couple of years ago when I was playing. Like, you have to go to the registrar, get everything filled out, and they circled, even though I was 3 or 6 hours or whatever it is, just because I'm working on my dissertation, that's considered full time. So I think that would still be true. And I promise you, I was definitely a student during that time. But
I was about to say, this looks sus.
Everyone will be excited to know that I actually just finished in December. So
congratulations!
Awesome, congratulations.
That's amazing.
So does this affect anything as far as grad students go, or is it just you have to be classified as a full-time student by the college?
And that's the full-timeness is just for the undergrad. We're still keeping it where grad students can play if they're taking at least 6 credit hours.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
So Timber, there's still hope for you to play.
Yeah, I'm going back to school.
I found I told Jacob I found my student ID from 1984, so I'm going to flash it at the next event.
84. Ooh.
Yeah, bro.
Dude, that's still wooden paddles only, Gen 0. That's that's Bainbridge Island only.
So Timber, you obviously GM in a team, but traveling the country here. We talk a lot in the production meetings about the progress of college pickleball and moving it forward. How do you think that this accomplishes that?
Well, I didn't get to read. I only got to read the first couple, but I mean, we've talked so much about this. You guys have talked about it. Jacob and I have had a million conversations about it. Can we throw them back up there?
Yes, I can.
Actually, there's more than just the 12 credit hours.
Right,
too.
right.
I didn't want to bore everyone else, but.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Boom. Oh, look at that. Oh, my God. We got it all.
Yeah, this thing's 874 pages.
The manifesto.
It says 1 out of 3 right at the top. It's not that bad.
So
3.
Yeah, can you scroll back up?
Yep.
Because I think everybody's going to want to. I think people are going to watch this. This will be our most watched podcast ever, and not just because Sarah's on it.
And
we'll do an audio book of Timber reading this. Just send us the PDF.
We should absolutely do that. We should 100% do that. That is 100% something on Earth that we are going to do.
So,
Timber, satisfactory.
Yeah. So let's see. Just reading down real quick. I mean, Jacob, the part about you've done this before, and apparently this is what my University of Miami did with their quarterback. If they finish their last semester of school, first semester, and let's say I just need 5 credits to graduate, then I can just take the 5 credits because I'm on the path to graduation.
Yeah. We're not, if you're about to graduate, we're not requiring people to take more credits than they need to graduate. That's been a rule before this too. And that I think it's an NCAA rule as well. You're allowed to be under this limit if you only have these X number of classes left.
Gotcha.
Jacob, how do you regulate this? How do you track this?
Well, that's we're going to have an eligibility form that players submit at the beginning of the semester. So whenever the semester is for the tournament, they'll submit a form that will show other classes and have the registrar's office stamp their approval on it. And we'll see straight from the university if they're telling the truth or not.
1.5. How are you defining degree seeking program?
It's if it's a degree-seeking program at their school, what are the different levels of distinctions of degree-seeking programs?
I didn't know. That's a little.
I think that's Timber's overthinking, bro.
Yeah,
right there.
Timber's just trying to.
Yeah.
Well, Timber's sitting here going, okay, let's see how can I game the system as quickly as possible.
Oh, of
So,
course. Timber's going underwater basket weaving 101 is definitely in the pursuit of a degree.
Right. Again, well, so
Gotta take a lecture.
right. I think I really like that, and I really like. So one thing that already pops out to me is you've made this. I believe that you can easily say you found a good path to. What am I trying to say? You found a good path to verifying eligibility, like submitting this form once a semester. I don't have to go through the nightmare of spending 3 hours getting my players eligible, like we've experienced in other places. So
yeah, I mean, just once a semester at a base level, it's going to cover all of the tournaments that you're playing in for that semester. This is something we already do for our national championships, and it's not going to be required that you have this done before the tournament, again, because I don't want to throw everyone into a panic with that. Like I said, we've had near perfect, players representing, the school that they're with. We will require, if we're suspicious of something, we'll ask for it again. But I think,
oh yeah,
by by and large, it's not everyone's just going to have to do it once a semester.
Yeah, you got to make sure to open up the eligibility form after drop ad week. I'm being serious.
Yeah, you're right.
Imagine
that's fair.
You just add 4 classes and then drop 2, but you submitted your form.
Ball out. So what do you think this does to teams? Obviously you said you talked to players, but how many players right now are not taking 12 credits and playing college pickleball. So what is that number? How many players right now would not qualify?
It's not a large amount. Honestly, I think it's probably 10 to 15% would have to up it. So, I mean, it's something that we've seen this season where we went to 9 credit hours, and we have more players this season than we did last season. So I expect that to continue to go up.
And so Sarah, from DUPR's perspective, what is kind of your take and what you do on what this is going to do to the college space? Because one of the things, I know we go way back here, and you can tell us a little bit about what you do at DUPR, is creating a little more parity, because you do have really significant differences in a lot of these matches that are happening. So does something like this move the needle to make it more comparable across the board for college students, or is this kind of not affecting it?
That's a good question. I would, my first.
That's all I do is ask you questions.
I know you do, David. So I would guess they're pretty unrelated, but I think the goal here, right, is let's not have people taking college classes so that they can be playing college pickleball. And I think, now for someone who really benefited from grad students being allowed, and grad students are still allowed, but I was truly a student, so I do think it's cool. And I think it's really unique to pickleball that we do have both of those things going. Another thing that's unique to pickleball is, while it's really awesome, I mean, I think the first thing to recognize is how cool is it that people in their 20s want to be taking college classes and are willing to pay to take college classes just to play college pickleball. Honestly, that's kind of wild that that people are willing to do that. However, I don't think that's great. I'm honestly I loved playing, but now I'm totally glad for the 20-year-olds to take it over from me and actually do their thing, So I think you want it to actually be the students that are going to the college. That's when the vibes are awesome at practice and tournaments and all of those things. But I think what's so cool about pickleball is the person who maybe was paying to take these classes to compete in college, and there's awesome money in college pickleball. I think that's why a lot of people were doing this.
There's huge
money. But there's other tournaments, right? All over the country. There's money balls, there's PPA challengers, PPAs, APPs, right? There's all these avenues for pickleball. So it's even if the people can't just take a few credit hours and play college pickleball, there's still so many opportunities. But like, how freaking cool is it that people were willing to do that? You know?
I mean, like, we started this just because we just had friends playing, and just our podcast exploding the way it has makes my jaw drop, Sarah. And like the fact that we're getting to break news like these eligibility requirements. What's something you see from your end in college pickleball that is maybe different than, like you mentioned, some of those other tours like Challenger, APP, stuff like that? Other than, we know it's a great social build, but do you see anything interesting from the data side on college pickleball versus everything else?
I definitely see things. Let me think about it from like the data perspective. Definitely, let me talk first as like the player and like the vibe side. The vibes are so different, right? I know Martin has played on both, and like so different. Both are really cool, and you challenge yourself in different ways on both. And I have always felt that the people who do the best in college have also had success outside of college, just because they like recognize like the intensity that comes from tournaments. For sure. Yeah. No, and I know Martin's definitely had that success. So, but I think what's so special about college is literally like you're playing for your school, and like you're cheering for your teammates. You're like, ever so many people at the tournament there. Like there's people playing Challenger. I know the format's a little bit different this year for DUPR College, but like everyone's there and like everyone's cheering for your school. And that's like so different, I think, than the rest of it. So from a data perspective, I mean, you mentioned it earlier, right? Like you do play lots of, like there's lots of ranges. So if anything, you kind of have the opportunity to like prove your like DUPR in different settings. You have to beat people who are rated a lot lower than you. You compete against people at your level, and you have the opportunity for a lot of people to like play up and like challenge yourself, So I think that is kind of cool. Like I definitely had some awesome experience like on the court during college pickle. One of my favorite is that I actually got a rally golden pickle. And I'm like, that is my biggest pickleball accomplishment of all time. So
that 100%
to 21?
21. Yeah.
Bro.
That's a happy to be here.
That's Towson 2. She played Towson 2.
She played Towson 6.
No, it might have been. So I do think probably since I was playing, the low levels have improved a little bit, but that was like, I put that at the top of my pickleball accomplishments for sure.
Oh, that's awesome. I don't think I've gotten a golden pickle in general.
Ever.
Like I've played 5 years.
I've beat you, so I know you have.
Hey,
you're trash. I'm taking Timber, Skinny.
Jake, my job is typically not to keep things on track, but I'm going to do it this week. Jacob, what's the next biggest, like what's number 2 on that list? What's the next, some of the rules are a little bit more nitnoy. What's the next big one that you want to bring out?
Yeah, and all the rules will be available whenever this podcast goes up. So you don't have to keep rewinding it to try to.
Jacob, we know that you are like the first 3 watchers of the podcast, and it launches every Friday at noon.
Me and all my alt accounts. But the next biggest change is the 5-season timer, where we want, again, the college sports are temporary. You only do, college for a little bit, and hopefully you're able to spread your wings and go on and do greater things. So with that, we are instituting a 5-season timer. It's not started for anyone yet. So even if you've already played 5 seasons before, you can get your 10 years in if you start another 5 seasons after this. But it just means that once you play in a season, at any point during that season, for any college pickleball event that's going to be recorded, if you don't write it down and don't tell anyone, it doesn't count. But if it's going to be recorded and it's going to affect things, then that's your first season, and you have 4 more fresh seasons after that to go make an impact and play college pickleball.
Okay,
Sarah, how many spreadsheets is this going to take to track?
Well, this is all Jacob. Jacob is a spreadsheet king. Yeah, he's got this. He doesn't need me for that.
This is just one number. This is just when's your first season. That's all we need. This is one number like per player.
If I was going back to school, it'd get complicated though. So I'll make sure not to complicate it for you, Jacob.
Well, now wait a minute though, Sarah. I mean,
like what happens if I go to take a gap year?
It's 5 consecutive seasons. There's no stopping it. There's no alternate. There's no getting an extension. The only thing you can control is when it starts. You choose when it starts. I mean, you can wait. If you don't want to play your freshman year, just don't play in any events. Play your sophomore year, and expect to get a master's or fail classes and keep being an undergraduate. But
so we have pickleball red shirts now. That's sick.
well, like if you don't play, then it's just like you weren't even there.
You haven't started. So Sarah, I think
Is there an injury thing?
what I think I'm hearing, Sarah, is if you know any people who, like, I don't know, are getting their doctorate in sports psychology and have played before, they can start over now and come back to Indiana and play more. So I just want to make sure
I'll
know
think
that.
about if I know anyone like that. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And if she has a sister that maybe wants to take more classes.
Yeah, she hasn't
I'm
done much
kind of-
yet, so.
Yeah, I'm kind of hurt.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the next big one, Jacob?
The next biggest change is requiring a high school diploma or equivalency, but you must have completed high school in some way in order to play in college events. Previously, that wasn't a requirement, but now we're adding it in. You have to complete high school before you play in college events.
I like that.
So no dual enrollment, even though some of these high school kids are disgusting.
No, I mean, I have no doubt this is not like whether they're good enough or not. We see there's plenty of juniors that could beat plenty of our college teams, but this is just about, being in that next stage of your life, that 5 years, that what it means to be a college student, that's what it's about. And for all those high level juniors, they have time to be recruited now by, college programs that are anticipating whatever school they go to.
What about a situation where you have a Doogie Howser? Oh, only David and I get that reference. What if you have a young Sheldon situation where someone graduates at 14, they have a high school diploma, can they then play?
Yeah. I mean, there's no age limits in any of this. So yeah, if you have someone very smart, they got through college, they're able to do it. I will say again, like if they want to start early, then that 5-season timer is also going to end like when, earlier than you would expect too. And you can, debate like on when your pickleball prime is and when you want to do that.
Gotcha.
So like, Sarah, I know you do a lot of data stuff, but coming from the fact that you played college pickleball and you have kind of been on the vibe track here in the interview, is like, where do you see changes like this where some might view it as, all right, you're starting to put more rules in place, you're starting to eliminate some people. Where do you see that actually fits into the quality of life and really developing these players into, like, during the prime of their life? This is when college is. I went to college for a lot of years and never graduated, but it developed non-academic skills for me that I still have friends from college that, I still talk to. I have skills that I learned in college because I had to figure out how to eat for 4 days on $8. I had to learn how to network, like came out of my shell, like all of those things. How do you think changes like this really affect college pickleball in a positive way?
Yeah, good question. I think it's all about providing the opportunities for the people who are in the population that like we're really trying to serve, because if you think about it, it's not like we're trying to take away the opportunity from the person who's just taking hours just to play. We're really trying to open up a spot for the person who's in college, living on campus, going to club practice, like really, really in it, So that's where I see it as a positive thing. It's just like a fairness perspective. And I think what's interesting is over time, and Jacob and I talk about this a lot, the level continues to get better and better every single year. So I think like a couple of years ago, you couldn't have like these 5-0 matches if you didn't allow for that at some specific schools. Other schools had it, but now like talent is catching up even at that college level. I think one reason why I think college, like a lot of people that were like really good at college also played tournaments and stuff like that. I think now finally, at least I noticed this at my club, there are students who are finding pickleball because of club pickleball. And now they are 4-5, 5-0 players. Like that is new to like have that. So I think it's just about like providing opportunities for the people who are there.
And where do you see that from the social perspective? Like, so one of the theories I have is that in a few years, sooner rather than later, we're going to see like, instead of, IU 7 playing, in the top, in the number one bracket and getting killed by these, that we're going to start to have a D1 and a D2 type divisions in college pickleball where your school isn't quite ready to step up into the hierarchy of a D1, but you could still compete in D2. from the data side, do you see that as an opportunity for college growth?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's where something like your DUPR comes into play, right? Because you can look at the DUPRs of every team and be like, here's the top level teams, here's the next level teams. I mean, it's kind of similar. I know, Jacob, you guys are adding like a basically a B team like nationals this year, right? So I think it's something kind of
second and third team brackets. Yeah,
I think that's sick, right? Because I think what's so cool, like I said, is like I know the Challenger has been awesome, but being able to go and be in the team environment for everyone is like an experience second to none. So I think that's going to be awesome.
I mean, we love team pickleball, like all the work we've done in minor league and the pro leagues and stuff like this. College pickleball definitely has that great vibe. And I'll never forget the Virginia stop, Jacob, I was running the minor league and you and Ben were running the college event. And I just was watching the stands going, I got like 4 people watching this minor league and it's, a bunch of 40, 50-year-olds playing each other. And there's all this chirping happen. I'm just going to go hang out over here, guys. Like, you guys go play your games. Good luck.
Sarah was in the finals with it. It was you versus UVA.
There was
in the
that
finals.
one.
Yep.
Yep.
Virginia Beach. Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
And there's also LLP going on.
Yeah, I do that. Yeah. Now I think I maybe met you there, David. I think that's where we met. That's sick.
Oops. That was probably there was a lot of chirping going on, David. That was probably the UVA North Carolina State game. They travel well.
So if both of you guys, right? If you had advice for a college that is maybe starting their college pickleball club and the students are kind of trying to figure it out, or students that are trying to get involved, what would you say are like the good first steps to really making a good college pickleball club now with these new requirements and staying on top of all of these things that they need to do? Jacob, what would you say?
Yeah, I will say we go into depth on this. We have a club guide on our college website that is a combination of best practices we put together. But the 3 like big steps for the way I see it for doing a college program is, first, you just need to get people. Like, you need to find like that first group of scrappy people that will play on any court you have and just are so excited, just want to get something going. And as soon as you have enough people, then you try to make it a club and you try to get consistent with it, where you say, all right, we have enough people now, we can get consistent meeting times. And after you have people and after you have consistent meeting times, then you try to take it to the next level and say, all right, who here wants to be competitive? And then you start creating a competitive team. That's the 3-step generally process I would follow.
Nice. Sarah, how about you? What advice would you give to a club starting out?
Yeah, so I think I took over the club. People had already made it like the social side of things, just like fun. Like, everyone comes here and plays, and then like that was the vibe, and it was just great. But then I was like, okay, I think we need money, and we need like we need money, basically, was the main thing. So like, we opened a bank account, we became a club sport, all those like official things. So I think like trying to get a couple people who you recognize are like, oh, this person is somewhat organized and they are invested. Identify a couple of those people and be like, okay, secretary, treasurer. And I think honestly, like I know it, even at the very beginning, it can feel a little bit silly, but just like giving some like ownership to a few different people, because if you don't give ownership, then it's not going to happen. So like someone has to take ownership, pick a few people who feel excited about it too, recognize like who's the organizer, who's the hype man, like designate accordingly. And I mean, definitely also like reach out to other clubs who have already done it, Like I definitely know we learned a lot from like NC State and Virginia, who are kind of getting going right around the same time as we were. So
one cool thing about this college experience is, and I may have talked about this before, but we at IU, we got started because we went to a tournament and Ohio State had like 4 teams there, and Fernando took me under his wing. And, the first thing I did is look up the DUPR guide, and that really did help. That document's really good. It really did help us get started. But then just, Fernando would just help me to organizing practices and how do you do this and how do you do that. And so just, I agree, Sarah, just reaching out to your fellow clubs. Everybody wants to help. That's what's cool about it.
That's awesome. Well, guys, we definitely appreciate the time. Are there any more breaking news that you guys want to give us that we completely forgot about?
Jacob, are there any more big points that any we didn't cover besides the big three?
No. Those are the three big changes. Yeah, to go over them again. Now you have to be taking 12 credit hours. If you're undergraduate, there's a 5-season timer starting next season, so it hasn't started for anyone yet. If they choose to play next season, and then also you have to be high school graduate or equivalent to play.
Love it.
Wow. That is some big news.
moves.
Sarah, well, you got any breaking news on your end? What do you got for us?
Oh man,
You're gonna raise my DUPR for me?
no
for
breaking
Yeah,
news.
when is Tab hitting 4-0?
Never.
Yeah, what's in it for me?
You get to be on the #1 collegiate.
Yeah, we'll
All
have
right,
you back.
deal. You got it.
Jacob's in the lead with 2 appearances.
Sarah, you get to come to the UNF campus stop
Next
this
season.
No, guys, great having you on. Always a pleasure. Love seeing all the new stuff. Love seeing this, what you're doing to lead the way in, driving college pickleball to the moon, man, because it is a lot of fun. And we definitely need the people at the top here making decisions that are what's best for the sport.
Yeah. Thanks for having us on.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
All right.
See ya.
Have an awesome one.
All right.
Later. I mean, but listen, I think that it's gonna shake things up a little bit. It's what me, man. I look at it and go, well, what's gonna happen when the other tours don't require this? So now you're gonna see completely different teams go into these events. So you might see, UV, just as an example, guys, because I know nothing about college pickleball. You might see a UVA 1 in DUPR or the Collegiate Pickleball Tour be completely different than a Virginia 1 at an NCPA tour.
100%.
You could have completely different teams.
It's those pro level players that are still trying to play on the tour and college that this will probably affect.
Yeah.
I think at least one of the other tours will probably go to 12 hours as well. I don't know that, but that's kind of the way I think the wind's blowing. And also, DUPR's kind of the trendsetter. I mean, so we'll see.
They are the OGs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be so like when you start making full-time requirements, because we've talked about this before. I don't think that we expected it to be this soon, but full-time student now, NERSA has to kind of like, an APP, I think are the next ones to look at this and go, does this make sense for college pickleball? Or, do we just say, hey man, stay with the status quo because we got to grow first because I mean, I know we're non-biased here, but DUPR, the Nationals, 64 teams already in registered, like
locked.
They had to hold away spots just because they do have another qualifier. They're leading the pack here on that stuff.
I still wonder, will the APP change it? Because the APP, part of the deal for them is this is kind of coexists with next gen. And so these next gen pros, if they want to play college, it's going to be hard to do both. So APP may not be as interested in, and also, NERSA, to play in most NERSA, even, if you want to play NERSA Quidditch for Eastern Carolina University, it's 6 credit hours. Best uniforms in college pickleball, by the way, are the Coastal Carolina Quidditch team uniforms, or what they wore for pickleball this past weekend.
Yes.
Best uniforms in college pickleball.
We saw those in
Jacks.
In Jacks, yeah. So, I mean, listen, that was really good. I appreciated Sarah's perspective on how the vibes of college pickleball are just drastically different. And like, I like the fact that they're looking at this move not to try and regulate the sport, but try and make more opportunity for the people that are really in the sport at all levels to be a part of the community. That was my biggest takeaway.
Yeah. And North Carolina did a really nice job of that and continue to. I've worked with them a little bit over the years, and that's their vibe. It's kind of a low key vibe, and they're very competitive. Obviously won the first national championship ever. I think Martin remembers that. And so
I was far from even that
nice.
One. I got cooked in groups.
Nice. Well, so I will say I am not looking forward to the next part of the show And so we can
Martin
talk
is.
about the results, but
Ooh.
like this
Yeah,
game isn't fun
Let
anymore.
me sit up straight for a second. Or let's go into this past week's results. We had the APP in Indiana and the CPT in Virginia. I'll just bring up this graphic real quick and show you what is up.
Did he work all night on this graphic?
Yes.
No, it's just the points. The new point system.
This game is stupid.
For those of you
Didn't
that don't know, I was in the dumps. I had 4 points, but both of my picks won this week.
Bro.
So I skyrocketed to first place. Tab goes from first to last. Timber, middle of the pack. He's just mid.
So let's make sure the viewers know that the way it works is
Nope.
whoever has the worst record, this week will be David, gets first choice on who they get to pick, and you can't. There's no duplicate picks.
Yes. So Martin, because he sucks at this, had the first picks and took the favorites like a jabroni. Like
Dang.
he took the chalk, didn't take any risk.
Boom.
Yeah. So like he
20 points. You're looking at it right. 13 over there.
Yeah, but like, how fun was that? Listen,
Lots.
What was fun is me watching the text messages come in. You guys puckered up because my picks started rolling.
Michigan was maybe the worst team there.
No, they were middle of the pack. Let's be nice. Let's be nice to the.
I'm gonna call everyone trash from now on. It just
you should do
fun.
that. You should do.
Well, Michigan's suffering because they lost that guy who was stealing all the signals for them. So they're
wait, Timber. Wait, which one were you at?
I was in Virginia.
You weren't at the one close to you, right? So listen,
right.
You had wait. Who did I have in that one?
You had UNC Charlotte.
UNC Charlotte made the quarters.
Yep.
They made the quarters, but
dude, I think they made semis.
Did they make semis?
Yeah, they lost to Virginia Tech.
They did.
Let's go.
Yeah, but nobody expected them to do that well, and they made it to semis.
Bro, who's nobody, dude?
I mean, they have a
5-8.
Neither one of you took them.
Yeah, I took the people that won,
and I took the people that came in second. So
kind of like you. You always come in second. Oh wait, I'm in second. Wait,
you're in third.
Listen, so like,
well, but who'd you pick? Who did you pick in Virginia?
He took UNC Charlotte.
Oh, okay.
UNC Charlotte.
Okay.
And then at the other one, I had Michigan.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, all right, but you had some fiascos.
Where?
At where you were at. Who's the guy with the ugly sweater?
Oh, yeah.
I thought we were going to talk about this.
Brought it up.
We were going to talk about this week, but we can. That's fine.
Wait, he wore the ugly sweater.
Yeah.
He didn't.
He didn't wear the same one. But I'm telling you what, Garv is his name. His sweater game's strong. I'm going to give him that. I got some problems with Garv, but his sweater game is strong.
Some problems.
Listen,
that's great. Yeah, no, it was looking more clean this time.
I remember tuning in to like one of the matches, seeing like, oh God, like this dude has leaned all in on going ugly sweater while he plays.
He didn't do it day one. He brought it day two because I kind of goaded him into it.
What was the vibe like where you were at, man?
So I knew this would happen going in. So it was a really cool. There was 42 teams.
Jeez.
And there were no over 20 DUPR dominant teams, but there were a lot of really, really, really good teams, which makes for the best tournament. There were a lot of upsets. When we first started, when I first started puppy dogging after Sarah in college pickleball, there were no upsets. The 1 seed beat the 2 seed, the 2 seed beat the 3 seed. That's the way it was. And I even remember having a conversation with Jacob about it. And he said one of the reasons he liked the freeze is it helped promote upsets. But this thing, coming out of the Sweet 16, there were upsets everywhere. Delaware was the 3 seed, and they lost in the Sweet 16 to the 14 seed.
Blew it.
Yeah. And there were at least 3 upsets in those rounds. And that's what makes it fun, man. These teams are getting so close, and the quality, so you didn't, frankly, you didn't have the FAU or Utah Tech, but you said, a lot of the teams that are just a half a step below them were there. You know, your Virginia Tech's really come on this year. They're
nasty.
Yeah, they're just playing really well. And so that's what makes it fun. There were a lot of really good matches and not a lot of blowouts. And, you know, once again, my favorite team in college pickleball is Villanova. They were there. They sent like 5 teams. They represented themselves well. Nobody got out of the Sweet 16, but they had the best time of anybody there.
How about the fact that his favorite team is not his?
It never is, man.
His favorite team in college pickleball is not his.
So,
wait. So how did your teams do this week?
in Indiana,
Yeah.
I believe.
Oh yeah, Indiana.
Yeah, I believe you'll notice that
Go
the
ahead.
Hoosiers took first and third place.
Who finished second?
Purdue.
Purdue.
So
Who did you have?
Indiana won. You had the shot at Purdue, by the way.
you could have.
I know I did. I'm not taking them because everybody would have taken them. Both of you would have taken
So
them. I'm not taking them.
Purdue one told me that they were going to play with a chip on their shoulder because they were the favorite. They had the best DUPR at the event.
Yeah.
And so they're like, we're playing with a chip on our shoulder, and got them to the finals, but it didn't quite get them over the top.
Wait, let me go back to what Tab just said. He said we would have picked them. We literally didn't. We had the option to.
Yeah, because you guys don't know what you're doing. So you guys don't know how to play the game.
Well, I knew one of their players wasn't going to be there. So
This
See?
guy's in shambles.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So how many teams were in Indiana?
I think there were 19 teams, but 5 of them were Indiana, 5 of them were Purdue, and I want to say somebody had 4 there. So it was.
No, I think maybe.
Jeez.
Michigan
performed pretty well.
No, not even top 4.
Now,
Yeah, but that's good for them.
so, and listen, here's an up and comer. Illinois came to one of my campus regionals last year. They sent 2 or 3 teams, and they were really pretty bad. And they've come on. They've come on. They were the top seed in their pool day 1, and they
Nice.
finished 4th. They made it to the Final
Huge.
Four.
Got the bid.
Keep your eye on Illinois. They're coming on.
Really?
Yeah, the Illini are looking good. This can be another team,
Solid.
another Big Ten team that's going to be a pain in my ass for the next couple of years.
I'm looking forward to when you guys start doing some of these team versus team events, right? So we start moving to stuff like
I love the feel good stories in college pickleball. You know how I'm about that. So here's your next feel good story. I'm in Virginia, and it's getting down to the semifinals and finals in Indiana, and I couldn't find it streamed anywhere. So I'm begging my team to send me updates. Okay, please send me a freaking update. Charlie on my team was sending me updates, but not frequently enough. So the 2 people that were sending me updates were Charlie on my team and Tori on Purdue. She was the one sending me updates. And I found out she took the IU in the semifinals. Her Purdue 3 team took IU 1 to a Dream Breaker, and she's live texting me while she's playing in a Dream Breaker to keep me updated.
Oh my God. Her team's gonna love hearing that.
Yeah.
Wait, Timber, I got to tell you the move on this. All right, because Martin loves it when I do this to him. When Chris is playing,
Yeah,
I FaceTime Martin and make him turn the camera around so I can watch the match.
That's a good idea.
I do
That's
this
a
a
good
lot.
idea.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
Tori couldn't.
That's what you got to do. You got to pull the FaceTime.
Yeah, Tori couldn't do that because she kept having to go on the court every 4 points to play.
Yeah, you can hand the phone to somebody else. Yep.
But again, the sweet spirit of college pickleball. That's why I'm here. That's what I love about it.
Yeah, that's good stuff. College pickleball just does that type of atmosphere, even though it's competitive, they're cheering for their team. I love going to these events because you do see all the players hanging out, and it's a very, very good, wholesome tone. And then chirping starts, and so, but afterwards, it's fun. So it was a really big weekend for college pickleball. Just about two solid events. The West Coast not as represented. They start at the beginning of the season where they get a lot of their events, and there's not much coming up, right? There's not many more bids left. We're about to start hitting
Natty season.
Well, yeah, not this weekend, but the next 3 weekends after that, you've got a big regional in Indiana, and then you got NCPA Natty followed by APP Natty.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's going to be wild. And then the final one is the DUPR Natties.
Yeah, in April.
But they
Natty.
have an Atlanta regional before then, right?
Yeah, they have the CPT in Georgia, and that's the last chance for a bid.
Well, and don't forget the March 7th, which is the same weekend as APP Nationals. There's a California DUPR regional.
Ooh,
True that.
Silicon Valley.
wow.
Yeah, we might see some sneaky sending 2 teams.
Yeah, splitting teams up.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So I mean, this show right here is all about the interview we did in the first one, man. This was good
Little
breaking
reveal.
news. A little reveal. We saw some stuff, last week that people are doing, but now DUPR coming out strong and just going, hey, man, we're gonna set the tone for next season and make this thing get closer to where we can start having pickleball be a varsity sport in colleges, man. I love it.
There's some more teams going that direction. I've heard one in West Virginia, a small school in West Virginia is getting ready to start their varsity program probably next fall, I'm assuming.
Really?
Yeah. If I'm wrong, I apologize. I think it's West Virginia Wesleyan. That's what I heard. I heard West Virginia Wesleyan.
Powerhouse.
Yeah.
Do they play?
No, man.
So, I did. I had my first coaching duties with UNF. We got some work to do, but we got a solid squad. We just hosted a tournament for the kids. So first, I wasn't there. It's bro. Listen, I went Timber, 4 great courts dedicated right there. They just built 3 brand new ones on the college campus, like the housing area. So they have 7 dedicated pickleball courts. They have some striping that they can do on the hard court tennis courts as well. We had our tryouts the same time as a tennis match, so we weren't able to get the club kids over yet, but we're hosting another one to get those club tennis players to start coming over.
Sneaky.
Yeah. So I'm coming for you, bud. And go on the Instagram this weekend. Took a little lesson there with Jaden Broderick, my boy.
I contend.
My boy, I have got a stacked bench ready to go for nationals.
I think I've said this before. I don't know how Jaden coaching you helps you, because Jaden's advice is going to be go out there and be more athletic like he is. Be tall and athletic.
He was looking good. Tab was looking good.
Bro, I have we're in Nashville. That's why you see the set like this.
Yeah.
We're doing the Champion League pickleball, right? And so I've been playing with some of the pros out here too. And
he's hanging.
I'm hanging, buddy. Like, I'm working on the game, dude. Jaden had a shot that he's like, this is a shot that I only hit in skinny singles, and he taught it to me.
I got to start playing. I'm so screwed. I never get on the court.
The excuses started. Oh no!
But I do want a handicap. I want 1 point for every year of age difference.
You're like 84.
Then you just won. You just won.
Exactly. Mark,
I just got a year older.
Yeah, happy birthday. I saw you're 1 week and how many years younger than me?
A lot.
Yeah. So I noticed that.
Yeah. Yeah, buddy.
Love it.
All right. Anything else?
No, that is it for this week. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're super excited for what's to come. We don't have a guest plan for next week, so hit our line.
I got somebody that wants to come on. I'll tell you about him later.
Oh boy, here we go. There we go.
Never mind. Well, thank you guys for tuning in.